Hello everybody! Today we're going to be talking about a cartoon, an animation called... So Invincible is about this guy, this young high schooler, 17/18, about to graduate, living his best life in America. I'm sorry. Anyway, his name is Mark Grayson and he aspires to be a great superhero just like his father, who is the greatest superhero in the world, and his name is Omni-Man. That's not his actual name. I mean, his name is Nolan Grayson, but Omni-Man is his superhero name. I mean, really popular guy. Yes. This is it's set in a superhero world, and people can get superheroes. People can get superpowers, but they don't really explain how they get these powers, and it was kind of like jarring for me because actually with Mark Grayson, his own backstory explains how he has powers. And so basically his father sits him down when he's young, tells him that he's actually not fully human, that Mark is not fully human, he's actually half human, and his other half is a Viltrumite. He's from the planet Viltrum. His father is from the planet Viltrum, and he came to Earth. And these Viltrumites, they are basically a society that helps make other planets and other worlds better. So he was assigned to go to Earth, and he met his mother there, fell in love with her, and they had a little baby Mark. So Mark is half Viltrumite and half human. So that's why he has superpowers, and that's why he's able to do some of the things he can do. Now that explains why Mark has powers, but for everybody else, they didn't really explain why. It kind of puts me off because I still don't understand why. But I guess it's probably because it's based on a comic book. So I think maybe there they explain more, and it was just an 8-episode show. So maybe they didn't really want to really get into it. I don't know. I've never read the comics. Maybe even there too, they don't explain how people get powers. But I'm just guessing that the information is out there somewhere in the world, and I was too lazy to look for it. So anyway, so like I said, it's based on a comic book, and the show is literally, I mean, most of the, let me not say most, but a lot of the cast were Koreans. And I think this technically makes it a K-drama or a K-anime or a Kanime, I don't know. Anyway, for me it's fate. This kind, I said I was going to be doing K-dramas and MCU stuff, and it's almost like two of them merged into one. I mean, my goodness. Oh! Anyway, but really, Invincible is really nice. And it's really good. I mean, surprisingly, okay, so let me not get ahead of myself. I'll get into it. For me, this story is mostly a realistic chronicle of someone that is aspiring to be great, but then really doesn't know how much it will take, and how hard it will be to get there. And I think they delivered it well. Like I said, it was realistic. The guy really didn't know what it would mean to become where he wants to, like to get to where he wants to become who he wants to be. I don't know why, but every time I think about the fact that this guy is always trying to get better or be better, it kind of gives me My Hero Academia vibes. I don't know why. Not that the show gives me Hero Academia vibes, but like when I think about Mark, I think about Deku and how he wants to be better and better and better. But this time it really, follows up. For me, it's more realistic than My Hero Academia. Not saying My Hero Academia is bad. I watch it, I really like it. So let's just go. So the main character, Mark, he's such a, I really love his personality. He's my favorite character in the show actually. He idolizes his dad. His dad is his favorite person. I think even before he knew that his dad was a superhero and he had powers, he had always loved his dad. But I think that also kind of gives him this character flaw that even after he discovered his own powers, because his dad is such a, he's so up there, he starts doubting himself when he fails, and he's a lot harder on himself. And I think because he's a teenager, patience isn't his strong suit. So he kind of really is hard on himself and presses himself down, and sometimes he gives up when he's not supposed to, and he doesn't realize that he's still growing. And his dad has been doing this thing for decades, and he just started like 6 months ago. So you need to chill, bruh. Sorry. That was a little too personal, but really, I really like him because he was very human in his, he never gave up. He kept trying and trying and trying, and I love that. But he was also very hard on himself, which made him doubt himself a lot of times. Aside from him, though, there are so many other very, very lovely characters. I mean, this show was good, yes. So one of them being his girlfriend Amber, very strong lady. I mean, she can take care of herself, and she's independent, and she knows what she wants, and she goes after it. She's not like fawning over him or anything. If anything, the guy is one chasing her. But I really liked, the banter between them, because she's also very understanding. The guy has a secret identity, so he kind of kept it a secret from her, and he kept lying to her, and she kept understanding, and kept accepting some of the excuses, even though she kept telling him like, bruh, this can't go on, it can't continue. But eventually, though, she got fed up with it, and I think that for me is one part of her that I didn't really like. Something happened between her and the guy, and I think the way she took it, I didn't really like it. Okay, let me just spoil it. So, secret identity and all, lying to his girlfriend and all. Eventually, she finds out and she's angry with him. In fact, he ended up coming clean to her, but by that time, she had already found out that he was a superhero, and she was like, even still with that, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done with you. Get to step in. I feel like at that point, that was not what she was supposed to do, because if you know that somebody has such a great secret identity, that he's a superhero and he's a teenager, this person, you guys have only known each other for 6 months. Do you think he's going to spill every single secret in his life to you? This is something that is very hard. This is not just something he does. This is who he is. And so he has to be careful with who he tells, He can't just go and tell anybody. No offense, but he doesn't know how long people will last. That's not what he said, though. That's not what he said. But I'm just like me thinking about it. He doesn't know how long this thing will last. He would want to be with somebody that he knows he can rely on, and that can understand when he can be gone for days, weeks, months on end, trying to save other people's lives. If you're not understanding, the fact that she was pissed at him for not telling her. I'm not saying that he in lying is bad. Actually, what he did was wrong, especially stringing her along and kept lying to her. But the fact that he now finally came clean to her and she still broke up with him, I don't know. For me, it was just like, sister, you've been understanding since. Why, if she's human, so I get that. Aside from that, though, really lovely character. I really like her. Yes. Other than her, there's also I'm sorry, talking, man, bruh. This thing is not easy. Talking. Oh my goodness. Let's move. Aside from her, there's this girl, Eve or Samantha. She's a superheroine, and kind of, I don't know, for me, it's kind of like his superhero best friend, because she started the whole superhero business before him, so she was kind of like helping him out and leading him, in the direction he should go. I really liked her because I liked her storyline. The fact that they also explored being a superhero from her own perspective as well. It's so different. It's entirely different from him. And I think they contrast each other, because when they were put down, when a lot of bad things happened to them, they each took separate decisions. Their characters, who they were, their personalities, each made them take different decisions, make very different decisions. I think she contrasts Sam in that way, and it's such a good contrast, because you can see, I don't know, for me, what she did is much better than what he did. I don't want to spoil it, but I really like her as a character. He also has this best friend. His name is William. William doesn't really do much for me, other than the fact that he just shows that Mark is also a human being too, and is a teenager, and he has a normal life. There really isn't much to him. He didn't really do much, especially in the middle of the show, kind of in the beginning, and more so towards the end, but not much in between. But I really like the character, though. I think he's a very solid friend, somebody to kind of like lay, bear your burdens on, and also talk back to you when you're straying. I mean, everybody around him, though, everybody around Mark, showed him what's what. They didn't take rubbish from him. I loved his mom. Oh my goodness, his mom's such a wonderful character. I love the strength from her. It was really the fact that you are the wife to this great man, but you can also put him, tell him off and tell him like, bruh, you're messing up. Second favorite character. Second favorite. You could tell from the show that they were Asians. I mean, like I said, a lot of the animators were Korean, and you could tell from, I could tell from their eyes that they were Asians. They really did a good job with the animation. Really. Another thing I liked about the show is the fact that it wasn't like animistic. Like anime style. Sorry, animistic is my word. But it didn't have that anime style. I really liked it because a lot of the shows coming up now that are popular, they all have that anime style. Castlevania, Yasuke, which other one? So like these animes that are kind of like anime style shows that are kind of coming up, and everybody's like, oh, go and watch it, it's so nice. But seeing this show and how popular it was, you know, a lot of people heard about it, a lot of people loved it, and just the fact that it wasn't an anime style, it was just your typical, you know, I think 90s, early 2000s kind of Hollywood animation. I really enjoyed it. It was like a breath of fresh air in this anime style world. I'm not hating on anime style like cartoons, but it was really nice to see this come out and be on its own. I really enjoyed it, you know. And again, Koreans, you know, they did their job. Yes, it kind of gave me some Ben 10 vibes though. I mean, it's not Man of Action that did it, but it kind of gave me that. But still, it was nostalgic, so I can't hate. I love Ben 10, so I can't hate on that. Yeah. The fight scenes though, oh my goodness, they were very, oh wow. The fight scenes, it was bloody, it was gory. And my goodness, these people, they went above and beyond. They really, watching it was a cartoon, but it also felt like it was live action. My goodness, the fighting, the attention to detail, they went above and beyond with this one. I really, really enjoyed it. It was bloody though. My goodness, oh my goodness, the things that they showed, my goodness. I'm sorry, but really, it was bloody, but still, I liked it. I also like the fact that, you know, Mark was very strong. I mean, potentially the second strongest person in the show, but he was still growing, so you could see that a lot of his fights he was losing. You know, they didn't overpower him. At the end of the day, a lot of times he actually had to fight smart, not even fight hard. And you know, it really, oh my god, this guy will be, you guys should go and watch YouTube, man. He got beat. Oh my goodness, your boy was beaten. Hey, if not for the fact that he's half Viltrumite, the things he survived, no human being can survive it. But I loved it. The fight scenes were good. The fight scenes were very entertaining. One thing I didn't like though was the swearing. They swore. My goodness. I don't really like it. It kind of put me off a little bit sometimes. But what are you going to do? It was an adult cartoon, so at least there wasn't nudity and other stuff inside. So that one I could rest easy. But the swearing, anyway, it was entertaining, so a lot of times I forgot about it. But that's my only gripe against it, the swearing. If I were to rate it, I would say it is totally worth taking time out to watch. Yes, put it on your wrist. Anyway, that's it for me and Invincible. One thing I really liked about it was that every single time that I think when they mentioned the name Invincible for the first time in the show, except maybe the first episode, every single time they mentioned like Invincible for the first time in the episode, when any character is about to say Invincible, as the person is about to say it, they just show the intro, like what they call that in Papa, image of the show, like you know, like how a show comes up and it's like, oh, this is what we are watching. I don't know what they call it, Papa. Intro page, the name of the show with the title page, title card. Sorry, I don't animate. I don't do these things. So I'm sorry. I just watch. Anyway, they showed it and I really like every single time someone is about to say it. You can't even tell. You just know when they're about to be like, and anyway, that was very poor.
You talked about it too long. You talked about it for too long.
What, this one?
Yes.
Yeah, you cut it now. You cut it. Anyway, I really liked it and I think you should go check it out. It's very interesting. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, please like or dislike, please share, please subscribe. Thank you so much. I wish each and every one of you wellness in every single area of your lives. Bye. That was my superhero thingy. Whoosh, you guys are gone. Sorry. Bye.